Leave Nation, how are we doing? Wow, it has been a crazy day. So Thursday is my public facing day. We started the day with my Movement Makers program, which was awesome. Our last one of the year. It's crazy that it's already getting there. So much fun, so much love. Awesome seeing everybody kind of chasing down their dreams and ambitions and trying to do great things. And then today is the rest of the day has been interviews and hangouts and podcasts and Zoom calls, and I just got off another Zoom call, and now we're here going live. This is my break talking to you guys, which is always super fun. And then this afternoon is more interviews and podcasts and Zoom calls. So that's what I signed up for on a Thursday. That's my usual Thursday. Is just introvert hat goes out, extrovert hat goes on, and I start trying to bring some value. Okay, I am looking for, let's see, what's the name of his account? I don't know if he's here yet. Otherwise, let's go. You guys can pop some questions down below. What is Movement Makers? Movement Makers is my membership. So if you got a movement that you want to build, you need help, you need support, you need guidance, you need love. Every 2 weeks, I do live training with the people who sign up. And it's a blast. It's my favorite part of the month. Zan the Man in the house. He's part of Movement Makers too. I always say moving forward while the world stands still. I like it. Hustle while you wait. Another version of that. You okay? Nina saying hi. We're waiting on, where's Brian? I'm looking for Brian here. Brian is in Movement Makers. And we're supposed to do a session here. I don't see him. Brian, if you're there, let me know. If you're on a different account, let me know. We'll bring you in. Movement Makers is the best thing in the world. Wow. Zan the Man. I love it. The Mom with Heart, happy Thursday. I love Movement Makers. This is becoming like a Movement Makers bonus IG Live or something here. This is great. I love it. Greg Evans, welcome aboard. You're doing Zoom calls. You're doing Zoom calls. So is Santa? All right. Did you say you're an introvert? Yes, I am an introvert. That does not come across, especially on a day like today, Thursday. But introverts love to serve as well, right? We love to serve. We love to help. Everybody wants to wake up and feel like the work you do matters. It is meaningful. So, yeah, I still want to serve. And I really struggled with that earlier on, to feel like, oh, I'm an introvert, so I don't want to be on stage, and I don't want to, I would never make a video. Forget that. But I realized, no, I want to serve. I want to help. I want people to grow and learn, and I want to be a part of that. So, just because I'm an introvert doesn't mean that I can't do that too. I'm not the life of the party. I don't want the attention on me, but I still want to serve. And so that's a lot more comfortable now, but I used to struggle with that a lot. What are you reading right now? I love the question. I saw someone asked it. I read 7 books at a time. So what am I reading right now? U Squared, Principles, Think Like a Monk. Those are the last 3 that I read. What did I read on days just before that? I don't remember. I read 7 books at a time. So different day, I read different things. Greg says, I did not know that. Nice to know I'm not the only introvert. Yeah. It was one of the biggest fights I used to get into with my agent. Brian, by the way, if you're there, Brian, let me know. We'll bring you in. I just don't see you in the chat. Maybe you've got a different name, Brian, so let me know if I'm just talking, because I know we scheduled this time. Yeah, my agent used to always say that your problem is you don't want to be famous. It's like, yeah, I don't want to be famous. We fought for years until the connection that he made eventually was, well, the more you get known, the more your message gets known. And that then became, oh, okay, get the message known, spread belief, I'm down for that. So it's not a fame play or an ego play. It's about serving and helping, which I'm always, that's my love language. Talk about serving and helping and spreading the message. I'm in. I'm all in. We'll do what it takes. Anyway, Zan, how was that? Zan, so today in the Movement Makers, we made the groups a little bit smaller. We had 5 to 6 people. What did you think about the breakout group format? I love the breakout groups. Tie the fame into your message. I love that. I mean, the interview, Patch. I don't know what the comment there is. Oh, how do you podcast when a person is far away? Whatever technology, right? So today, I mean, this is Instagram Live. Earlier today, what have I done? I've done Zoom, and another one. I forget what the name of that one was. Mostly Zoom. Sometimes the podcasts have a different tool that they use, but mostly Zoom. Do you watch movies or TV shows frequently, or do you focus on books? I watch one show a night with my wife, usually at 9 o'clock. And right now we're watching Homeland. We kind of ran out of shows, right? I mean, they haven't been making shows, so we kind of ran out of shows. So we watch one show a night, 9 o'clock. So usually, here's my evening schedule, right? Like 9 o'clock, we'll watch a show. And then 9:45 to 10-ish will be clean up the sink, wash the dishes, wipe down the counter, take the dogs out, take the stairs back up, do my 10 questions with Evan, get ready for bed, and I have to stretch my calves out every night because I'm doing 20,000 jumps a day on my trampoline. So I have to stretch my calves out or they get jumpy at night. So while I stretch my calves out, I read a book. And I'm a super slow reader, but I read, the goal is 10 pages a day while I'm 10 pages a day while I'm stretching out my calves. And what I usually do is I read one page and then I stretch the other calf. So every time I flip a page, I'm stretching my calves out. And then I go to sleep. So I get most of my learning from videos that we're doing on YouTube, but I get some learning from books. The TV shows that we watch aren't learning. It's not for, Homeland. I guess you can learn a little bit, but it's not really a learning. Our TV is more escapism and just a fun thing to do together. Most of the TV shows we've watched have been... Nina, what's your favorite show that we've watched?
I don't know.
What are some of them?
I don't know.
She's busy. Flash, Arrow, the superhero ones. We watched a bunch of those. Obviously Game of Thrones while that was happening. Anyway, so now we're into Homeland because we ran through everything else. Is Brian there? Brian, are you there? I don't see Brian. Maybe we got the wrong time or time zone issue or whatever. Brian, if you're there, let me know. If you're on a different account or something, make that happen. Otherwise we can bring somebody else in. Let's give it 2 more minutes. Do you think email outreach is powerful? Yeah, for sure. Less powerful than it used to be, but still way more powerful. If you had 100,000 email lists versus 100,000 Instagram lists, I'd much rather have the email list. You just get to reach, like the open rate is still higher on an email than on a Instagram post or YouTube channel, right? So definitely still valuable. And I think you should be thinking about how do I get people off of my social into email lists. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah, we were definitely down for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We loved that. It ended. I wasn't a huge fan of how the last video or the season or series ended, but that was a good show. Why is the trampoline so good? Why is the trampoline so good? So, I mean, there it is. Can you see it? There it is on the floor. I've gone through 4 trampolines this year. That's my 4th one of the year. Crazy. One, I like standing up. So I've been using a stand-up desk for a long time. I don't know how long, but years. And I found that it'd be a little bit hard on my feet. And so the trampoline is a lot softer. But also the bouncing is really good for your lymph system because you don't have anything to kind of flush that out. So, yeah, I just like it. It gives me energy. I just have to kind of hold on. So when I'm doing interviews, like today, I got to lower the energy because if I'm bouncing, if I'm doing this while I'm doing interviews, people think I'm kind of nuts. Lizzie Fuller in the house. Welcome aboard, Lizzie. Great to have you here. All right, let's see. We'll give... Oh, Padram is in the house. Padram, are you back on social? What is up, Padram? Good to have you. Okay, I don't see Brian. So Brian, I don't know what happened. Let's swap in. We're gonna bring in Tim. See what he's got for us. All right, Tim. And Tim, we're looking at your ceiling.
Oh, hey.
There he is. How you doing, man?
Good.
So what do you got? How can I help?
Oh, I don't know. Damn, I feel a little on the spot, not gonna lie.
You did request to join. I didn't just pick on you. You said, hey, I want to join in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I was just like adding into the chat room. Sorry.
Oh, all right. Well, where's home for you?
Right now I'm in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a business?
So I'm an actor, and
Okay.
so I'm learning. And what I've been doing recently is helping my buddy with his production company, actually in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And so, I mean, do you know any streaming services that are, by any chance, that aren't like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu? Because it seems like the big budget movies are going to those streaming services, and they're kind of dwarfing the smaller productions that are trying to be seen. So, is there any chance you know of anything?
Nah, it'd be YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Like YouTube, that becomes the thing. Like YouTube becomes the gateway to get the deal.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, yeah.
If I'm you, I'd be putting up acting videos
Hmm.
every day
Hmm.
and hoping that one gets noticed.
For sure. Yeah,
I would be doing like what kind of, do you like drama or comedy or what kind of acting do you do?
I'm not really picky, to be honest with you. Like a lot of people ask, like, do you do scripted improv stuff? And like, I've done a little bit of everything, so that it is easier to cast a net and like get auditions for things like that. But I have been thinking more in terms of like how you talk about your one word and then Simon Sinek's start with why. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking a lot of what my personal mission statement is, with so that I can still bring that even the project that I'm getting cast for doesn't necessarily, it's not that it doesn't line up with it, it's just not the focus of it. Um, so yeah, so and then like seeing the behind the scenes stuff that with the production is helping take the emphasis off of me. You know what I mean? So like
Mm-hmm.
it, me move forward more uh, in a less ego way.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Just like the fastest way to get noticed if you're a singer or musician
Hmm.
is covers.
Right.
It's not original work, it's covers, right? And if you can do a cover in a unique style, like if you're a country singer and you did Eminem Lose Yourself country style, it makes you stand out. Where a lot of times you cover the things that are in your niche. It's like the country singer does the Garth Brooks instead of the Eminem, then you just kind of sound like a junior Garth Brooks, like a less good version of Garth Brooks. But if you can spin it and make it your own, and same thing, like if you're a rapper, you take a country song, don't take Eminem, you take a Garth Brooks song and make it turn into a rap. Now it's different.
Yeah.
The same thing can apply in the acting world, where if you take uh, some of the solo speeches that have been done, whatever your favorite ones are, and making it your own,
Yeah.
as opposed to you putting up a reel of all kind of new stuff that people aren't familiar with or small scripts or something, but you do your take on Al Pacino's, speech, or Denzel Washington's speech, or whoever, like whatever you mess with, to show your acting chops.
That's yeah, I like that a lot. And then I think it'd be a really beneficial thing to kind of show my steps of doing the monologue so that whenever I do show my finished whatever that will be like finished product, then that way I can do a compare and contrast of like well, this is how Matthew McConaughey did it, but these are my steps that I took in order to perform the monologue to my best. Then I can study Matthew's monologue and then compare and contrast and learn something and show people kind of that it's less magic and more work, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for somebody who's casting to say, "Huh, this guy is pretty versatile, and he brings his own flair to it, and he's really." They're not going to cast you. You're not trying to get like a broad YouTube audience necessarily, and you don't even need to explain what you did behind the scenes.
Hmm.
It's more for somebody who's casting and creating their own projects. They want talent, and they're going to look at it and they're going to say, I like this guy or I don't like this guy. If you have a whole explainer video, if they don't like you, they're not going to watch the explainer video.
Right.
I would just ramp up the production of, not the production quality. I don't think the production quality matters that much. Like, it doesn't have to be fancy edited together graphic packages and cars blowing up behind you and all this stuff, right? That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for, does this guy have the chops to act? So it could be you sitting there with your white wall, and then you just spit some fire like Al Pacino would or whoever, and you do your version of it. Maybe you even make it relevant to, like, you take an Al Pacino speech of like the inches speech and you make it relevant to COVID. You know, I don't know how much creativity you've got in you to make, you know, those tweaks and adjustments. But yeah, I'd be doing a cover every day.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you.
Somebody's going to notice it.
Yeah, for sure. And it keeps the mind sharp, and no matter what happens. So yeah, love it.
Yeah, and then you can take requests. So people start watching. What should he do? People watching on this. What's your request? I want the Al Pacino inches speech. That's a good one. The Few Good Men is always a good one.
Oh yeah.
What else? What should he? What do you want to see? If he made this video, you'd go watch it. What's one that comes to mind for you?
First one I thought of was like Matt Damon and Ford versus Ferrari.
Which one?
There's one where he's talking to Henry Ford II, and he's basically like, yeah, we failed, but we have Ferrari right where we want them, so you're welcome, kind of thing, more than because they're focusing on like, well, we didn't get the results we wanted, we didn't get the race, and he's like, yeah, we failed, but we did this with so many factors being wrong.
So that'd be cool to make it your own, because I mean, I saw that movie. I like that movie. I don't remember a great Matt Damon speech. I didn't think like he was crap, but nothing stood out like, oh man, I got to go watch that or start my day tomorrow to that speech.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. Like, you take your take on it, but, and so like those, and there might be other ones from other movies that you watch that you like that just resonate, that may not be the biggest speeches, but still you do it. And the ones that are the biggest ones, give us your version of it. Yeah.
Cause I mean, it's so easy to like, just kind of copy what other people have done. But if I show my own take on it, then yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wouldn't worry about like what you're wearing or the setup, or, because the person who sees it's not hiring you to be a set designer.
Right.
Or sound engineer. I mean, you got to be able to hear you, but don't worry about it being the perfect quality. You're not the camera operator. You're the actor. It's fun to see you acting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day. Dude, you do another one every day, you're going to get noticed.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Evan.
All right. Good luck, man. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, much love. There he goes. That was awesome. That was fun. Okay, what do we got? The Mom with Heart gives a thumbs up. Appreciate you. Antonio, let's go in the house. Antonio, we had a great session. That was fun, man. Rahul is asking, so is it content quantity over quality initially? So that's an interesting, I was just doing a podcast talking about it. The quantity leads to the quality. The quantity leads to the quality. The more you do, the better you get. Pajam asking, are you using a warm light or is it sunny? This is just natural light. Look. There's my hack. Okay, that's the hack. Bonus hack for anybody who wants to make videos. Just stand in front of a window. Boom, you got instant light. That's it. Super easy. Oh, Brian, Evan, due to tech issues, I missed my time. Can you help? Let's do another one. I don't want to rush it and put it into 5 minutes, Brian. Let's get it on the schedule. Now that you know how to do it, That's great. Yeah, I waited in for like 10 minutes waiting for you to join in, but no problem. Message Sandra, we'll figure out another time. Reps on reps. Yeah, it took me 350 videos before I wasn't completely embarrassed by my own content. So you just keep going. And every video is a little bit better than the last one. Post. Pajam says, beautiful. Beautiful. Are you going to come back, Pajam? Are you going to come back? You're gonna come back to Toronto? We miss Pajam. Pajam's a good guy. What's your icon? You're like a duck or something now. Anyway. Boom. We're going to use that for future videos. Awesome. I don't know what you're going to use for future videos, but I'm glad the advice helped. Are you going the dream home? I don't know what that means. This is a condo right now. I just painted this side black and I put my pictures here, and then that is red, and I'm going to put all these YouTube stuff. We got more awards coming and stuff too, right? Instead of just having them be on the shelf, we're going to put them on the wall. So I got the red wall. One of the things that I found, so when we did the Tony Robbins Date with Destiny, the virtual program, and I took the week off from creating content and social, and I still found I have a creative itch. It's like, okay, so I'm not making Instagram content, but I'm gonna paint the walls, and I'm gonna hang stuff up. I'm gonna change my light, right? Like we put some spotlights up to spotlight the pictures. So I just need to get the creative bug out. The lighting hack. You're gonna use the lighting hack? Yeah, that's the easiest lighting hack. Just in front of the window. Now this is really bright on me right now, but until the sun goes down, it's actually great lighting. Anytime I do content, it's easy just to stand here and make videos. It's the easiest lighting hack. Padram says, I would love to. My icon is my one word, freedom. What is that? Is that? Oh, it's a dove. It's a dove holding a wreath or something. I thought it was I saw the green, and I thought the green was the head. I thought it was like a mallard, the green head duck. And then, anyway, okay, so it's a dove. I like it, dude. Freedom. Thanks for repping Toronto. You got it, man. You got it. I love Toronto. I've traveled around the world, and Toronto, I don't know if there's a better place to live than Toronto. Visiting is okay. It's not always the greatest to visit. I think there's a lot to see. But the people, anyway, it's got everything you want. Toronto's the best city in the world to live in. Maria, your videos give me the morning boost. Put me in a peak state. Awesome, Maria. Glad I can help. Appreciate you. I was at Date with Destiny 2. Amazing. Cool. The two people here are at Date with Destiny. Yeah, it was fun. I hadn't been to Date with Destiny before, and two, I hadn't been to any of Tony's virtual things before. And when he reached out to invite, and like, hey, yeah, I'd love to do it as a guest. That's great. And I did it with my wife. And so we just blocked off the 6 days, because usually when you go to a Tony event, it's all day, just super packed. The very first one that I went to was a UPW that I took 5 people on my team with, 4 plus me. And I thought I was going to vlog it and make video content, and it's just all day, all night. It's like you go home and just crash, and then you're up the next day. There's no time to make video content. So I just thought, wow, 6 days of this, Date with Destiny, I got to make sure I clear the time. It's in your bio, info on Movement Makers. Yeah, if you're interested in Movement Makers, you can click the link in my bio. It's off my website. It's super fun. Brian, let me at least ask this. How can I promote my content and get it out there? I tried Twitter ads, but they didn't hit my target audience. If you're doing advertising, Instagram or YouTube. Instagram will give you probably better targeting. YouTube will give you better rates. But there's difference between like organic content and ads that drive, like, is it just to get exposure? Great, you can do it. You could pay for reach. Don't boost a post, like go into the back end and actually pick your targeting. Or YouTube, where you can pick demographics, you can pick audiences, and get views on your video. The placement becomes, like the targeting becomes super important. Where are you going to be showing it? Demographics a little bit, but it's more placement. So, and if you're making a video, then you're targeting Evan Carmichael's audience. That's a different audience than, I don't know, somebody who sells cars or something, right? I mean, the placement becomes a huge factor. Tony seminars are like Disney for self-development. Yeah, it's not, I mean, that's a good point. It's fun, right? It's not just sitting down learning. He gets you out of your chairs, you're dancing, you're hugging, you're high-fiving. It's a fun time. Ciao from Pietro. You're my favorite top 10. Awesome. Welcome aboard, man. Raul, what did your initial YouTube days look like? Really curious to know what kept you going. This is super important. Everybody pay attention. If you're creating content, I said this on a podcast just before this, and the guy's like, I really like that. I'm going to write that down. Focus on who is watching, not who isn't. That's what keeps me going. Focus on who is watching, not who isn't. It's easy to say, oh, look at this other person who's got all these followers, and look at when they go live, how many people show up, and when they make a video, how many people watch it. You know, we're doing this live right now. 29 people are watching right now. I love you guys. I'm focused on you, the 29 people who are watching. Oh, we went to 31, right? The people who are watching, not the 3,000 who aren't. Where if you go to somebody else's live stream and they've got 3,000 people watching, it's easy to say, wow, I wish I had 3,000 people. I've always just focused on the people who are watching right now. And that keeps you going. So like the 37 that we just jumped to now, you guys are real people. I want to see you win. You're asking questions. I'm doing my best to try to give some advice and help, and you guys mean something to me. And I'm going to walk away from this feeling like I had a contribution today, that today mattered, that this 25 minutes together meant something, right? That makes me feel good, as opposed to what most people will do, which will think, oh, that sucked. Only 30 people showed up. I guess I suck. I'm not going to do this again, right? When you can connect the work that you're doing to having an impact, then you keep going. Then it's easy to keep going. I'm going to feel, you guys filled me up from this. I feel better because of this. And so that makes me want to do it again tomorrow, right? So focus on the people who, 41 people now, says Nina. Focus on the people who are there instead of the people who aren't. That is the key to happiness, as well as the motivation to stay consistent. Brian, so if I wanted to promote my YouTube content as well as get a Twitter following, I should advertise on YouTube. I don't know why you want to do a Twitter following. I don't think Twitter is going to be your best bet for anything. I can't think of a scenario, unless you're like politics, maybe. But Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn for different audiences will get you better results than Twitter. YouTube, yeah, YouTube ads. I mean, it's creating consistent content for sure. But if you want to hypercharge it, then it's targeted YouTube ads, probably Canada, US, against the audience that you're trying to reach. So if you're trying to reach entrepreneurs, you target entrepreneurial channels. You're trying to reach farmers, you target farming channels, you know, and so on. Prince, what are the ways to add value up front? Oh, we're almost at time. We're over. Okay, last question. Prince, what are the ways to add value up front? You have to be their chief goal officer. So this is super important. Be somebody's chief goal officer. Your job, if you want to bring value, you have to understand what their goals are, because value is different to different people. What you might think is crazy valuable, the person you're giving it to may not care. They may not care at all. And what they actually value might be super easy for you and doesn't mean anything to you. So I don't know if Zan the Man is still here in the chat, but let me see, is Zan the Man still in the chat? I'm going to tell Zan the Man story. Oh, Zan the Man is still here. Okay, so I'm going to tell Zan the Man story. So Zan the Man co-hosts a show with me on my YouTube gaming channel, where usually 4 days a week we answer questions. So tomorrow is our next one, 6 p.m. Eastern. You can join. And I wanted to get him a shirt. So we got him an Evan Carmichael Believe t-shirt. And I could have just sent him a normal t-shirt, and he would have loved it. It would have been great value. But he loves Captain America. If you ever see his office, you'll see a giant Captain America shield. He's got the water bottle. He's got the pajamas, I'm sure. You know, he's got all the Captain America stuff. So in my logo, there's a period, and I turned the period into Captain America shield. And on the back, I put a Captain America little picture. And that means a lot to Zan. If you sent that to almost anybody else, it's like, what is this? But to Zan, it means a lot. So I want to be, how do I bring value up front? I want to be Zan's chief goal officer. This is how he's going to get value from it. He's going to love that and appreciate it. Where again, for most people, wouldn't be valuable. So that's your job. It's like we get so stuck in what you get stuck in what you think is valuable. It doesn't mean the other person is going to actually like it. And this is where we have the disconnect. It's like, well, I spent so much time on this thing and I didn't get a result. Yeah, but it doesn't matter how much time you spent on it. It doesn't matter how much time you spent on it. You could spend a million years working on something. It doesn't mean that they're going to actually like it. So before you start trying to do something, you have to reverse engineer what they care about. Be their chief goal officer. Zan's like, I can show it. Be their chief goal officer. Okay, Zan, I'm over time, but Zan, Zan, just quickly hold it up. We're going to bring Zan in. Just quickly hold it up because I got to go. Zan's going to come in and hold it up. Show us a Captain America shirt, Zan. There he is. Okay.
Look.
There's the shirt. See? There's the period.
And
then on the back, there's Captain America. And what is it? What's he saying?
Not while Captain America's on the job.
Not while Captain America's on the job, right?
It's the best.
It's the best. And see, you see the Captain America shield that he's got on, on his, behind him on his door, right? The man loves Captain America. So that's meaningful and valuable for him, right? Do you have the pajamas, Zen? Is what you want to know.
I'm not confessing.
He's not confessing. Too much information. Once you get Zan to 10,000 followers on Instagram, he'll do the pajama reveal.
Yes.
That's the goal. All right. Thank you, Zan. Appreciate you, man. Love you. We'll see you soon. All right, guys. Thank you for the love. Brian, we need to get our session on full on to make that happen. Thank you, guys. Back on, what day is today? Thursday? Back on tomorrow? I think we're on tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Have a great day. Great rest of the evening. Continue to believe, and we'll see you soon. Much love, everybody.